shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Jesus is the one who lights our way. Oh, He gives us hope for each new day. Oh, when the world feels dark and lonely, His love illuminates. He's the one I trust and I will follow Him. He is the light that breaks through the darkness. Follow His lead and light it up, light it up. Jesus will guide us through every dark time. Follow His lead and light it up, light up the world. Jesus is the one who lights our way. Oh, He gives us hope for each new day. Oh, when the world feels dark and lonely, His love illuminates. He's the one I trust and I will follow Him. He is the light that breaks through the darkness. Follow His lead and light it up, light it up. Jesus will guide us through every dark time. Follow His lead and light it up, light up the world. I'm gonna follow Jesus wherever He will lead me. I'm gonna follow Jesus all the way. I'm gonna follow Jesus wherever He will lead me. I'm gonna follow Jesus all the way. He is the light that breaks through the darkness. Follow His lead and light it up, light it up. Jesus will guide us through every dark time. Follow His lead and light it up, light up the world. Light up the world. Light up the world. We are God's people. Can you hear us shouting? We come to worship. We come to praise. We sing this song. We lift up His name. The Lord is God. His love endures forever, ever, 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 ever. We are God's people. Can you hear us shouting? Shout for joy on the earth. Worship Him with gladness. We are God's people. Can you hear us shouting? Shout for joy on the earth. Worship Him with gladness. Enter His gates looking to the God who always makes a way. 'Cause he hung up on that cross, then he rose up from that grave. Our God still rolling stones away. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. And we won't be quiet. We shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in His place. And we won't be quiet. We shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. And we won't be quiet. We shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. Our God is surely in this place. And we won't be quiet. We shout out your praise. There's joy in the house of the Lord. There's joy in the house of the Lord today. We won't be quiet. And we won't be quiet. We shout out your praise. We shout out your praise.
All right, everyone, gather up in the center and sit down, please. All right, thanks, everyone. Good job with the dancing, by the way. All right, so whenever we talked about God's creations, right, we always thought of it from our point of view down here, right, what we can see from Earth, but we never talked about, like, what an astronaut would be able to see all the way up in the sky. So I actually want to take a look at a picture of what an astronaut would see on the Earth during the night. There you go. Right, so you can see that even during the night when there's nothing shining onto the Earth, we still have all the people on the Earth shining their own lights, right? And together, even from space, you can see the lights shining all the way up to whoever's in space. So these lights are actually really cool, right? Because if you think about it, it's not a really big light on Earth. It's actually a ton of tiny, tiny lights, but all together, they're all visible. So I actually want to ask, do you guys know of any lights that we could maybe think of that we would shine during the night? Flashlight, yeah, anything else? Lights, of course. Again? The stars, right? Things that you can do over here too. So like candles as well, right? Candles, right? The sun. What's again? Fireflies, that's a cool one. A rocket ship. Street lights. I saw another hand in the back. Oh. Glow sticks, right? Anything else? A phone, that works too, yeah. Daylight. What's again? Family photo. We're thinking of things that shine bright, like physically, right? That does shine bright. So we'll get to that later. I'll ask that again, though, if you want to bring that up later. Nightlight. The moon's light, right. A few more. What's again? The moon man? All right. House lights. All right, so we got a bunch of answers there, right? The moon man. So all those answers, right? Even though that maybe when you're in person you see those, they're not too bright. You can see them, right? But you wouldn't think, oh, I can see them all the way from outer space, right? But all together, they do show up. And so talking about these lights that we see, I actually kind of want to bring that to like what we see here in VBS, right? Because even though with some of the answers, how I said, oh, it's not physically shining bright, right? We have the light that Jesus shines on us, that is hope, love, and joy, right? So I actually want to ask another question, right? I want to think about what light did you guys see that Jesus shined on us here during VBS, right? And before I ask for some answers, I want to give some examples. Maybe that would help you think of some things, right? So, like, it can be anything really, right? For our God sightings of Jesus lights. We can think of maybe a cool activity that you did with one of the crew leaders, some sort of experiment, right? Or maybe even hanging out with your friends and like giving them a high five, right? So do you guys have any of Jesus lights that you can think of then? Can you say that louder? Food? The astronaut ice cream, that's a cool one. Kind of hard to hear you. Want to see?
Like to go to my school.
Okay, that's a cool one. Shooting stars. What are we doing again? We're just anything that like of Jesus lights that you can think of, right? So anything that gives you hope and joy. It'd be cool if it's something that you can find here in VBS too, right? Food. Your family. Get on there. Rocket ships. The gift of the Lord, our earth, and our lives. Nice. Friends. In the back. Cheeseburger or chesburger, however you want to say it. Shooting stars. Can you say it again? Actually, do you want to say it? It's Mario Kart. You? Are you raising your hand or are you just stretching? Okay. You have one? Oh, okay. What is it? Once again? Luigi. All right, I'll do a few more. Jesus dying on the cross for us. Wow. Singing. The world. Okay, one more. Shooting stars. Okay, so there's a lot of things clearly, right? And maybe it's not the same type of light as these lamps that we see above us, right? But it does end up making our day brighter. So it's actually really important that we have these lights. And sometimes maybe we won't notice these lights in our life, right? Because sometimes life can be pretty difficult or sad, right? So even though we have all these things, it might seem like those lights are very, very far away for us and hard to see. And so as we're going through our day, and maybe it's a bit difficult, right? We might get a little sad and that might make us like slump over and put on a frowny face, right? But it's important that we have Jesus' light shine on us, right? Because when people are sad, and that brings us back up. Let's try that again. When people are sad? Great. So yeah, even though people may be sad, we can always shine Jesus' light on that situation to help them get back up. And so now I actually want to go into our next Bible buddy for today, so that way he can help us with the message that when people are sad. All right.
Like, way hotter. But here's how amazing God is. God put the earth just the right distance away from me so that you get the right amount of heat to live. I'm far enough away that it takes 8 minutes for my light to reach the earth. And I don't want to brag, but I'm pretty important to life on Earth. For one thing, my heat makes it possible for your planet to have water. Lots and lots of water. Yep, you need water for plants, animals, and people to live on Earth. My light even helps your body. Sunlight keeps you healthy and makes your bones stronger. Hanging out in the sun is always a bright idea. I'm so good for you. Just don't forget to put on some sunscreen. One thing I'm great at is cheering people up. Maybe that's why people sometimes talk about sad times as cloudy and happy times as sunny. In fact, sometimes people get extra sad in the winter when I'm not around as much. That's called seasonal affective disorder, or SAD for short. Being in the sun helps your body make a chemical that puts you in a better mood. My sunny rays can bring cheer to the saddest of days. But even if I'm hiding behind closed doors or can't shine as much in the winter, Jesus is always there to cheer you up, and you can turn around and shine His light on others who need a smile. In the Bible, the book of John chapter 14 verse 1 says, "Don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God." When you see someone who looks sad, or maybe someone who's crying, you can be like me and bring cheer into their lives. When people are sad, shine Jesus' light.
Right, so we see that soul shines light on us, right? And this light actually helps everything here live. You have a question? Yeah, so same thing with Luna. It's like moon in Spanish, right? So that's cool. But what I wanted to say is that the way he shines light on us, right? That's what lets us all live. This light lets us, not only us, but also other things stay alive, right? And that light can make us feel warm and happy and have fun, right? And it's the same way that we should be shining light onto others. Jesus' light, right? So that way, maybe if they're sad, you can help them feel warm and happy and get all better, right? You have a question? He helps you grow up? Yeah. Yeah, that's actually a very important thing, right? It might be more scientific to talk about this, but there's all sorts of vitamins that you get that are also given to plants that you then eat, right? There's a lot that goes into it, right? And this all helps you grow up and be happy. Right, now that we're done with the introduction for today, I actually want the crew leaders to come up so that way you can all get ready for your activities. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, ¿quieres un micrófono? Oh, okay. You want to just call the names?
Ok, a ver, nuestro grupo es Emiliano, Arlet, Caleb, Shanti, Yamilet y Fernando. Vengan para acá todos los que escucharon su nombre. Adriel, ¿quieres el micrófono?
Hello, hello, hello. All right, with me, group number 2, I got Mateo, Amari, Citlali, Maria, Allison, and Aldo. Is that you? What's your name? No. Oh, okay. No la ocupo. Está bien. All right, Mateo, Aldo, Allison, Maria, and Amari? Okay. Let's go, you guys.